NBC 39 News at 10 is brought to you by Physicians Quality Care, where we treat you like family. 2 locations, open 7 days a week. Now, from your hometown news team in the heart of downtown Jackson, this is NBC 39 News at 10.
Good evening and thank you for tuning in to NBC 39 News. I'm Meredith Mitchell.
And I'm Josh Egbert. With temperatures staying hot all across the hub city, many of the city's elderly residents could be at risk for heat-related illness or injury.
NBC 39's Jackson Overstreet spoke with area health professionals about what you can do to keep your loved ones healthy.
94 people in the U.S. died from heat-related illness in 2016, according to the National Weather Service. Roughly 50% of those were citizens 60 and older, making the elderly one of the most prone to heat-related illness in the U.S.
It can make them lose their memory. They can't think what to do and where to go.
Officials stress it's important to know the signs of heat-related illness.
Our elderly folks are people who are on a lot of medications that may block the signs and symptoms of heat exposure, heat exhaustion.
Janet Andrews and other caregivers at Home Instead Senior Care say the elderly can avoid the heat by knowing when best to go outside.
Telling them to stay inside in the afternoons when it's really, really hot. And if they want to go out and do anything, we try to do it in the morning while it's cool or in the evening after it's cooled off.
Another big tip to keep your older loved ones healthy during the hottest parts of summer is to make sure they drink plenty of fluids.
The biggest thing is to stay hydrated. And if that's by drinking water, if that's by trying new recipes that bring in the fruits and vegetables.
If an elderly person doesn't get the amount of fluids they need, it can cause some major health issues.
We can become confused. We can promote falls. Sometimes our medications don't work as well if we become dehydrated, and that even leads sometimes to hospitalization.
In Jackson for NBC 39 News, I'm Jackson Overstreet.
Now, your first weather.
And it was another hot one across West Tennessee here late this afternoon with highs in the low to mid 90s. Did have a few showers and thunderstorms that popped up around the area. And those showers and thunderstorms are now kind of dissipated across West Tennessee. Still seeing a little activity of a few showers left over in parts of northeast Arkansas and extreme southern parts of Missouri. But again, here in West Tennessee, not much going on as far as rainfall goes. Now, could be a more chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms for your Tuesday afternoon. And even looks like we may see a couple of chances of rain around for the July 4th holiday on Wednesday. Here's your highs from today. Low to mid 90s in most areas. 95 over in Parsons late this afternoon. 93 in Milan. 94 degrees in Union City. 93 Dyersburg and Memphis. 94 the high temperature today here in Jackson. As we head into your Tuesday, 76 cloudy skies to start. A few more clouds moving in by the afternoon hours. So we'll call it a mixture of sun and clouds. Again, more showers or thunderstorms possible by around 5 o'clock in the evening. We'll see temperatures not quite as warm as today. Look for upper 80s in West Tennessee. A high of 89 here in Jackson. And we'll talk more about the storm chances for the July 4th holiday. Also talk about a little bit cooler weather arriving just in time for the upcoming weekend. And we'll do that with your hometown forecast coming up in just a few more minutes.
Elections are nearing, and former Tennessee Governor Phil Bredesen's campaign for Senate is expanding. The campaign has opened 12 Victory Tennessee offices, including one in downtown Jackson. The sites serve as a centralized location for the community to gather and organize for all of the Democratic candidates, not just former Governor Bredesen. Chairman of the Madison County Democratic Party says the opening of these Victory Tennessee offices show the strength of Bredesen's campaign.
We're happy and excited to have a presence here in Madison County once again. We believe that the party is back up and running, has a new breath of energy and life, and we're going to be competitive and we're going to win some elections.
Doors are now open to the community, but they will be having their grand opening Saturday at 10 a.m. And if you haven't already registered to vote, tomorrow is your last chance.
A 9-year-old girl from Tennessee died after a tree fell on her while she was camping. The girl was camping with her family at the Foster Falls State Park when a tree fell on her tent. A Good Samaritan jumped in to help the family while first responders were on their way. The Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation official said she died at the campground Sunday morning. The girl's father suffered minor injuries. Some campers left that campsite after that accident.
And for the second year in a row, you can celebrate Independence Day with America's pastime. The Jackson Generals will be hosting the Tennessee Smokies this Wednesday at the ballpark at Jackson. The players will be wearing special 4th of July themed hats, and after the show, there will be fireworks. Generals manager Nick Hall says this won't be like any other fireworks show you've ever seen.
Anybody who's at the game can come out here and watch fireworks after the game. It'll be our biggest fireworks show of the season, so our fans are really used to us shooting off fireworks, but this one will be a little bit bigger than everything that everybody's used to.
The game starts at 6:05 on Wednesday evening, and fireworks will start right after the end of the game.
And if you're planning to grill out over the 4th of July, it will cost you slightly less this year. According to a survey by the American Farm Bureau Federation, the cost of a summer cookout will average less than $6 per person. That's about 1% less than last year. Among the items on the menu, hot dogs, cheeseburgers, pork spare ribs, potato salad, baked beans, and watermelon. They say the overall cost for 10 people will cost about $55.
Well, it's one of the biggest questions of the day. What's for dinner? And well, now families across West Tennessee, well, they have another option than eating out.
Yeah, in this week's edition of Made in Tennessee, NBC 39's Camilla Rueda introduces us to Coco's Frozen Meals, which has become pretty popular with local families.
From cooking out of her own kitchen to being a part of the West Tennessee community.
We get people from 4 or 5 counties usually, and then I have people from Memphis that come like once a month and we'll just stock their freezer. I have some people that come from Nashville.
Coco's Catering has made their frozen meals a family favorite. Owner and founder Corey Bradbury started making food for her community when she first moved to Medina a couple years ago.
When I moved to Medina, I didn't know anybody, and I started making fresh salsa, and I would give it to the teachers, and I used to can it and give it to the teachers, and they all started talking.
Now, her frozen meals strive to help those with a busy schedule enjoy a home-cooked meal at the end of their day.
But it's a neat concept because everybody is so busy nowadays. We don't have time to cook a good meal.
Bradbury puts out a menu every Sunday with what's going to be available Monday through Friday.
Take home a cooked meal that's been cooked for them that morning and put it on their table for their family that night, and that's what I'm all about.
Bradbury never expected for her business to be as successful as it's been.
It means a lot. This is my ministry. I love this. This is my life.
And another location is soon to come.
Coco's Catering, made in Tennessee.
Coco's will be opening their second store in Martin on September 1st. If you have any ideas for another Made in Tennessee Monday, please email us at news@nbc39tv.com.
Well, the TSA wants to peek at your snacks. Travelers at airports across the country say TSA agents are asking them to put food items in plastic bins for screening. The TSA says that the move is part of an effort to better detect explosives on planes and to limit the number of bags flagged for special searches. Agents aren't looking for explosives inside of food, but some food can look like parts of an explosive now, and since bags with snacks can be flagged for a long manual search, agents might ask you to take them out to save some time.
There's some new buzz about coffee. It seems that Morning Cup of Joe could actually help you live longer. Researchers from the National Cancer Institute tracked nearly 500,000 people in the UK. They found people who drank more coffee, even 8 cups a day, had a lower risk of early death. The benefits were the same for both slow and fast metabolizers of caffeine, as well as decaf.
A warning from General Motors. The car maker says Trump tariffs could force it to scale down and potentially lead to fewer jobs. In a government filing, the nation's biggest automaker says the trade actions being enacted by the Trump administration will add risks that could create a costly domino effect, such as more expensive cars.
And millions of Americans are carrying a credit card balance, mistakenly believing it's going to help with their credit score. Creditcards.com says about 43 million Americans say they carried a balance to boost their appeal to lenders. The problem, carrying a balance is not one of the 5 factors that make up a FICO score.
Well, summer is, of course, in full effect, and veterinarians say you should be mindful of your pets in this heat.
Kayla Corvell reports.
When it comes to your pets, the heat can easily be life-threatening.
Dogs can't sweat like humans. The way they cool themselves down is by panting and drinking water and keeping themselves in a cool environment is so important for pet owners to make sure that your pet has a cool area for them to cool down.
Symptoms of heat stroke and heat exhaustion in animals is heavy panting, purple gums, and vomiting. And for some dogs, the heat can be more harmful than others. Pugs, French bulldogs, and other breeds with pressed noses have a harder time breathing in the hot, humid air.
Brachiocephalic breeds are more susceptible to those because they can't exchange that heat, that breathe as well as other dogs.
But it's not just the heat. Those barbecue scraps you sneak your dog can be incredibly dangerous.
It's very important that your pet doesn't get table foods, because if they get table foods and not used to that, they'll get a condition called pancreatitis, which is an inflammation of the pancreas, which can be life-threatening.
Dr. Jay Chang said it's also important to make sure you treat your pet with flea and tick prevention to avoid the risk of transferable diseases.
Experts say if you feel your dog is in distress from the heat, take it to the vet as soon as possible.
Still to come on NBC 39 News Live at 10, President Trump is weighing two different concerns that may loom large in his legacy.
One is the filing of a Supreme Court seat, the other dealing with North Korea and possibly backing out of its nuclear commitments.
And a warm day once again across West Tennessee. 94 degrees our high here in Jackson. Normal high this time of year 90. Had some isolated showers and thunderstorms. We'll keep that threat of rain around for the next several afternoons. We could see a small break from the heat by the time we get to the upcoming weekend. We'll talk about it straight ahead.